Weather Command, and the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season is just around the corner. We've seen two named storms, and we have video from what those named storms did. In Galveston, Arthur brought some waves, and then the following month in July, it was Bertha in Missouri City, Texas, which brought some very heavy rain. Also had quite a bit of wind associated with Bertha, too. Overall, it was a moisture-starved system, but no doubt those systems that we've seen this year, they've been close to shore, both grown in the Gulf.
And yesterday, especially if you joined us here on Weather Command, Colorado State University released its Atlantic hurricane season outlook. We had Fox Weather hurricane specialist Brian Norcross joining us for that debut, forecasting a well below average season, still forecasting a well below average season. But this morning, Stephen, as you know, as you mentioned before we went into break, it is NOAA's turn.
Yeah.
And they just released their updated outlook for the Atlantic hurricane season, and really no surprises here either.
Right, sticking with more than likely a below average season. It's interesting because with the 30-year long-term averages in the Atlantic, we have seen the number for an average season get adjusted up just within the past couple of years. So now an average season is 14 named storms. So that was that threshold. When we got the initial outlook in May, there were signals that maybe it could be near average. So the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, decided to go 14. So it could be below average, or we could have an average season. But with that adjustment down, that speaks to everything that we have been saying, especially regarding how El Niño is such a huge driver when it comes to Atlantic hurricane seasons.
And I think, too, just like with CSU, so with NOAA talking about 7 to 13 named storms, we've already had 2. So if you do the math, that would mean on the lower spectrum, perhaps we get 5 more storms. But it is a long season to go. We have 90% of the season to go. We got to get through all the way into November. But you do see then in conjunction, as you mentioned, a strengthening El Niño, and how that's going to continue to have a very important influence, a significant influence on very difficult conditions for these storms to thrive. Yeah,
I mean, it's already hard enough in a season for the Caribbean for storms sometimes to find their footing because there is a lot of wind shear. But El Niño just makes that even worse, amplifies the wind shear that we see. The equatorial Pacific and where we watch El Niño grow, that has an influence. There is a relationship between atmosphere and water. And when you get those warming waters, that creates this, I hesitate to even call it imbalance, but it's just a different cycle. It's a change to what a typical pattern would feature. And so with that, we get the hostile winds over the Atlantic, and that's what we're seeing. That was one of the bullet points. Another interesting note that NOAA came out with, talking about the West African monsoon, how a neutral one. There will be waves that come off the African coast. It's not as if we're a below average Western African monsoon. We're dealing with, as you would expect, waves moving off. We've been tracking a few of them. But maybe there will be a notable, at least indications that we could see a northward shift to the way that these waves move off the continent. So that can have an impact because it's the main development region where those waters are warm enough, closer to the equator. If you get too high in latitude, you suddenly don't have an environment.
Right. I guess, and right now you still have some Saharan dust.
You have dust.
Work in your favor. But as you'll note, so the Atlantic tends to see its peak activity further into the season, unlike the Eastern Pacific. So we are looking at the peak in September. So a long way to go. Near 90% of activity remaining will be here every step of the way.
All right. Well, NOAA, below average. Looks like they're agreeing with what Colorado State University released just yesterday.